Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
43-19. Check. No gain on this defense. No gain.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. It's caught. Jones. That one good for 24 yards. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Drop deep, drop deep. 44 is the mic, 44 is mic. Check, check. Here we go.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Allen, he's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go. You tighten up.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he'll find Hall. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Allen going to throw. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. Allen now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
44, check. Hey, let's get some alert. Let's get some penetration. 44 is the mic. 44. Go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen, he's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater. Open here is Allison. That's complete. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's a quarterback in for the sack, Tre'Davious White.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Looking to throw on second down. Allen. And his throw is incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. But now it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Here's Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hall. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Allen. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the Bills are going to tie the game at 3. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
And that is the...
Gordon loses the football. It's loose.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Give them 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check, check. Pressure, pressure.
Throwing, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
44 is the mark.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On second down, here's Yeldon. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Allen. And this is Parker, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A first down carry now for Yeldon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Yeldon. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And this is caught. It's Parker. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Stevens. And his first carry, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but, boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker, who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do is trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him an opportunity.
On second down, it's Stevens. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They'll try to run this one in. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now face, and that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. From 4 yards out, and the Bills have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. This fielded at the 2.
We got this at their own 18-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1st down, Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So, line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Trent Murphy able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Well, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded inside the 5. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Bridgewater. Got a man. That's Allison. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Now Gordon on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. From the red zone now, Bridgewater looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. Kevin Johnson, former first-round pick there defensively. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing. And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit. Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield? I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Let's go back. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get...
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy. Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Open man is Higgins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To throw, Bridgewater. Now in desperation, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of it.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing now is Allen. That one complete to Yeldon. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Allen's throw is complete, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Regular. Mike 51, let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And that's complete to Kroft. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
51's the mic. Check tight end, check tight.
On 2nd and 15 now. Allen, the quick slant caught. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Hauschka with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say,
and my goodness, another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 30, 10, 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go. Buddy up. Watch 49. It's all fraud. It's our time. 49.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Buffalo, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.